It's your girl Angie. Today I'm not coming as a designer, but I'm coming as the publisher of the Outer Court News. And I have a news flash for you. I've really been dealing with a situation since last year, since November of last year, when a police officer harassed me, ran my license plate, okay, illegal lien, okay, using his privileges as a police officer, threatened me, harassed me. He threatened me, he harassed me. He said he was going to tow the car, which wasn't parked illegal. But you know what? You stay tuned because I got some stuff coming up on my YouTube channel and I'm going to break it down to you. And if you are a victim of police brutality or police misconduct, then I want you to send me your YouTube video, okay? And I've been trying to go through it. I've been through the the investigators, the chief investigating officers, and I tell you, they got the longest titles ever. Acting chief investigator, such a long name, and the last name. Come on now, really? I've been through them. I mean, they wrote me a letter that was signed on February 24th to find out what was going on. Every time I would call, it was like, then it got to the point where they didn't call me back. And even though they told me that I could call anytime that I needed to call to check on my case, which I did, I even had to go in there to file the doggone case. So I'm like, this is ridiculous, because if this had been me that did something wrong, they would have drugged me to court. My mama would have had to put her house up. I'm just saying, come on, y'all, work with me here. I'm telling the truth here, because the truth will set us all free. Okay, now I'm in that I'm in the preacher mode, right? Okay, because right now I'm telling you the truth. The word is the truth. Okay, the truth is the light, and it'll set you free. I am tired of being humiliated, abused, mistreated when you don't do nothing. Okay, if you're guilty, you're guilty. And just because it's a police officer who did this to me, everybody's trying to throw it under the rug, getting mad at me every time I call. How can somebody have an attitude when you call any of the government agencies? Not all of them, but most of them, especially city agencies. Everybody in there got an attitude, like you done came in and disturbed them from their personal time. Really? Every time I call, I had to go down to the law office because I wanted my freedom of information. So I went down to the law office in the city. Okay, this is Detroit, and went down there to get I filed the papers on April 9th. I had to go down there, literally sit in the office. So they gave me the attorney's number, and I called from while I was in the lobby to find out why I haven't heard anything. They talking about, well, we're behind. We have thousands of cases. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. No, what you thought is that, like everybody, a lot of people do. No, a lot of people don't follow back on it because they send you through so much, because that's what they want you to do, not follow back up on it. But see, I'ma follow up or back on some stuff, okay? Because you're not gonna treat me like that, and then there's gonna be no repercussions. So the bottom line is, you're not gonna treat me any way that you want to, and I haven't done anything, and then you gonna treat me like, oh no, and then y'all trying to hide it. Oh, the devil is a liar. Okay, he is a straight up liar. So I'm just here to tell you, you need to. Anybody has been illegally abused by some misconduct of a police officer, I'm telling you, you need to go ahead and you need to stick to your case. Don't allow that to go. So I went down to the law department, and the law department, I had to sit in the office. They gave me the number. I called one of the attorneys, and he had a straight up attitude, right? Like I done did something to him or disturbed him from lunch or something, right? This is early in the morning. So I told him when I filed it, I said, well, I filed it April 9th. And he was like, well, how did you get my number? I said, I'm sitting in your office. He was like, oh, you're in the office. Whole attitude change, okay? Because they don't expect for you to come down there and do anything. We have been calling. They said, just call back. And the bottom line is that their paperwork said that they're supposed to send me something 5 days after receiving my notice, to send me something in the mail 5 days later. I went down there on the 29th, okay? I filed it on April 9th, went down there on the 29th. 20 days later, I still late. So he told me, well, you would get something in the mail. They probably don't have the tape. I said, well, they should have the 911 tape. I said, and I want my full report, which is in the written document that I came down and brought down here that was stamped on April 9th. You should have it. You should have it, and I should have my stuff by now. Well, they don't keep tapes for 90 days. I said, well, this is it's under an investigation. So they should have my tape. So then after that, when I got out, he said, well, you'll be receiving a letter. Yeah, okay, 20 days later, right? See, people ain't doing their job. See, it's some rules and regulations. And see, some people think that, you know how they say, oh, y'all don't read. Oh, yeah, I read, okay? So I'm just saying. You all need to do some research and don't let people get away with stuff. I got a whole bunch of stories coming up to let you know about a whole bunch of people that have been illegally, the police officers have used illegal conduct to do something just because they have the privilege to do it. It's not your privilege. And that's not all cops. Don't get me wrong. Because there's a lot of good cops out here. That's not all cops. What I'm saying is that the one, he had nothing to do with it. He over there trying to do civil work, talking about some dude just talking about some. After I filed the report, the chief investigator told me, well, he said that that waved him down. You ain't gonna go that far for somebody to wave you down and you gonna come bang on the door and you know that didn't have nothing to do with you. It wasn't a civil matter, but a county matter. And a police officer, any city police officer, as far as our city goes, I know, does not do civil work. When did they start doing civil work? And then to run a license plate, yeah. At that time, I had a warrant out for my arrest. He didn't see me get out the car or anything. I'm in the building, right? So he runs my license plate. And the reason that I had a warrant, let me say this, because I said the same thing to the Board of Commissioners meeting. Everybody went, ooh. Yeah, but it was a ticket. And they was like, oh, hello? Okay, so anyway, he tried to threaten me with that. He tried to use force for me to get to him, intimidate me to open the door. You got a warrant out for your arrest. Angela, son, you got a warrant out for your arrest. You need to open this door. And he was just banging on it. Open this door. You're not cooperating. I was like, you know what? I said, and I still ain't opening the door. Talking about something, you got a warrant out for your arrest. And I still ain't opening the door. And I really wasn't opening the door because ain't no telling what would have happened if I opened the door because he was there illegal. They said, the police department said that once he found out that I was there, he was supposed to leave. He talking about, I'm calling for backup. I'm getting your car towed. We about to knock this door down. I said, what's your badge number and what's your name? I ain't got to give you. He said, SHIT. That's exactly what he told me. He was in an unmarked car. He didn't look like me, okay? He was in an unmarked car, had three other guys with him who claimed some stuff. I said, you know what? I ain't opening this door. This don't even have nothing to do with you. So the bottom line is this. They thought that I wasn't going to keep up with this, okay? And I've been keeping up with this ever since. So now the bottom line is, okay, what y'all going to do? What y'all going to do? They trying to harass me. So what I did was I called the chief investigator's office back. And that was yesterday. So what they said to me was, well, we'll try to call you back. But you know, the police officers have a strong union. What that got to do with him? I said, he ran a lien on my car. He was sustained in that. But the thing is, guess what they didn't do? They didn't put in there his name in the letter, what he was sustained for. They didn't put none of that in there. So, you know, it's kind of basically telling me that letter don't say nothing, you know. So it just said he was sustained. Okay, on what? It ain't really saying nothing, you know. But they told me, the investigator, well, he was sustained for running he shouldn't have ran your place, and he should have left the building when he found out you was there. And so anyway, not only that, he ended up talking to the attorney that was on the case. And at the time, he talked to the attorney because I gave him the attorney's number. I said, you need to tell your dude to go do what he need to do. You ain't supposed to be up here. And I wouldn't open the door for him. He was acting like he was on crack or something. Crazy. And this ain't the first time he did something like that because he was too comfortable doing it. So what I'm saying is a lot of people out there, a lot of police officers make it bad for the good ones. And look, I got so many stories for you. That ain't even the last one. How about I tell you about the time the police officers when my aunt and my uncle passed away? And this wasn't too long ago. They came over, it wasn't their homicide. They stole $250,000 cash out of my aunt's and uncle's house and told me that we ain't got to tell you nothing. When I started asking for names and badge numbers, then everybody wanted to get stupid, you know. So, and they, I mean, it was crazy. And they took the money. I said, no, 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 no. You need to count that money right here. And I ain't even done. Because when I went to probate court, that's a whole nother story. Somebody stole some money from that too. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't understand. It's some illegal, a whole bunch of illegal stuff. It's a spirit over this city. It's a whole bunch of illegal stuff going on. You can't sit back. I would ask some of the old people, the older people, I say, why do you let this happen? They say, well, baby, it's been happening for so long. But see, that's the thing. We don't stand up for our rights. Things are off balance. Police officers, they are balanced. Not all of them, because there's some good ones. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff off balance. And then when I called the internal affairs, sometimes it depends on who you talk to. Sometimes you get a good one. Sometimes you don't. That's ain't anything, right? This one lady told me, well, I said, why haven't my complaint came to your office? It was a criminal offense. I said, he ran my license plate unlawfully. He misused the lane. So she was like, that's not a criminal offense. I said, excuse me? He was sustained for it. Here she go. Oh yeah, that is criminal. Okay, can I talk to somebody that know the law and know what they're doing and just don't have a job with a whole bunch of titles behind their name? Y'all, I'm telling you. And then when I went to the Board of Commissioners, they said, well, can somebody handle this? So one of the chief investigators was there. You know what she said to me? She said, well, you got what you want. What more do you want? Excuse me? I didn't ask him to come to that building and harass me on that day. So how you talking about I got what I wanted? No, I haven't. You all haven't done anything. So, it's just a whole bunch of stuff. But you stay tuned because I got some things to tell you. And I got some other people that's going to come forward and start telling some illegal things that happened to them. You don't even have to live in the city of Detroit. You can live anywhere. It was a whole bunch of people that's just been coming to me, telling me their stories, how they've been mistreated, and go just because you want to file a complaint on a police officer, then the police want to arrest you. Where's your license? Where's your land? Let me lock you up. It's crazy. That ain't the first time this happened to me either. So I'm like, you know what? Even being a good citizen, you still get harassed. What kind of stuff is that? They supposed to be on our side and taking up for us. You can't even trust most of them. And the ones you can trust, you don't even know if you can trust them. So I'm just saying, and no, this ain't no secret, and I ain't trying to hide behind nothing. Okay? It is what it is. All right. And somebody need to do something about it. I'm tired of trying to fight them and they just trying to throw me to the side. And every time I go and ask for something, they don't have it. They don't follow their own rules. And so you gonna tell me somebody did misconduct, a police officer had misconduct, and you not gonna do anything about it? Oh no. I said, So you stay tuned because I got some more for you. Peace.